Hi, for the first challenge yourself question, I basically just said, I feel like for me, I would want to do a lot of self-reflection, kind of just see where I'm standing, on my ethics, maybe. I know I'm pretty sure we have to write a paper by the end of the semester on our, personal ethics, but I think even just doing that or going to your organization's page and kind of reading up and kind of just I feel like all you really could do is reflection. If you know what the case is, kind of you could almost research things that are similar and seeing how other people have handled it. But I think just kind of taking a step back and really checking yourself and examining, and I don't know, I feel like that would be what I would do. But I think just being in the right headspace can really help and make a difference in going in there with an idea in your head and you're open to looking in every corner and seeing why things affect. I don't know. I'm kind of getting sidetracked. The second question, what negative implications can other ethical principles have? I kind of couldn't think of anything at first, so I was looking up online, but one was resource allocation and deciding, even in the book I know there was an example of giving medicine to the old guy or giving it to someone younger who could live longer, and I think that is interesting. It also talked about I don't know if I read this in the book or I read it online, but the COVID vaccine and is it first come first serve? How do you decide? I feel like that can be a whole issue with justice and who, I don't want to say who deserves what, but obviously how do you decide something like that? The third question, so it was the ethical, obviously I'm sure you know what these are, but I think it's crazy. It says you split the order for 3 purchase orders, concealing its costs, and so that you're not over the radar for the finances, and I don't think that's right. Obviously you were given a budget for a reason, and splitting it up is so sneaky. Obviously if you were to get caught, there would be an issue with that, so how are you okay doing that? And obviously there were so many other, it says in the first one, the assistance of a consultant to help you. I think, why wouldn't you use that? They know what they're doing. They're there for a reason. Listen to them, find one in the budget. And even if it didn't fit, you should go to whoever's in charge or see if you could get a bigger budget or any other way to do that. Then, because I think that would be a line in my book. If you have to keep it down low and be sneaky about it, then how do you feel? Okay, I would always just be nervous to get caught. And then it says they take you to Florida and they pay for everything, and you were like, oh, it's winter, you could use a vacation. That can be difficult because obviously if I was getting taken care of to go to Florida, that would be pretty nice, but I kind of think that the whole thing is not okay. And it wouldn't be a vacation, it would be work. But I don't know. And then the last one, how could the best interests of the patient population served by the organization, how could these different perspectives affect discussions of ethical conflicts? Well, yeah, obviously they're looking at the individual patients, and the healthcare managers focus on the population. The first thing that came to my mind was vaccines, and you offer vaccines and they're looking at the population in general, but you do, the clinicians are going to look with the patient and see, like, if it's good for their health, or, like, if they, I don't know, like, some people can't handle it, or they're gonna have reactions, so it's kind of more of, like, individual. I think that is, like, one thing, but, I mean, we could sit here and say that something is good for the whole population when that's just not true. It really is difficult because it is individualized to each patient and what they need, and like what we could do for them as opposed to the whole population. But I just think of COVID-19 when that broke out, and that was a population-wide issue, but everyone had their own health concerns because there wasn't a ton of research on it, and who knows how it would affect each individual person. But, yep, that's all I had.